Good afternoon, everybody. This is Japico Death checking in for another cooking video. This one is going to be a fairly quick one. It doesn't take a whole lot of preparation. Realistically, about 10 minutes to throw together and somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 minutes to bake, so pretty easy. This one is going to be officially a gluten-free recipe, but only because I've gone out of my way to make it so, just to show that it can be done. So we'll get right into it. What this is a chicken and rice casserole. Officially, the recipe came to me as a tuna casserole, so theoretically the same ingredients could work also with tuna fish instead of canned chicken, but I don't eat tuna, so I couldn't really vouch for how that's going to go for us. What we have assembled in front of us is the ingredients we're going to need up front. We do have 1.5 cups of white instant rice, 1 cup of frozen peas. This is a 12-ounce can of canned chicken. This here is some stock, some chicken stock. This is actually made by these people here. I think Nor is how you pronounce it. And this is a gluten-free ingredient, as well as what is my, they call for either, I guess, honestly, I've used any kind of cream of something soups. I've used mushroom, chicken, celery, potato. I've used lots of different kinds of cream of soups. And this one in particular I purchased because it does say right here, wherever the hell it's at on this one. Well, this is embarrassing. It says somewhere on here that it's gluten-free, although there's the organic. I just don't know why I can't see it. Oh, it says right here, gluten-free. Hopefully it's, there we go. Anyway, so rice is by its nature, vegetables and chicken, they're all gluten-free. The only things that are in question at this point are these two ingredients. And then we also have 1.5 cups of milk down in our pot down here already. I started to start working this thing up. We do have our oven preheated to 375 degrees. And for a start, we get our milk and our frozen peas and our soup, and we bring them up to a quick boil just to get them to temperature. So while I am opening this box of soup, I just wanted to say again a big thank you to everybody who's so far participated in our cooking playlist. We are now over 100 videos, so that is astounding. Thank you everybody for your assistance. I will leave a link in the description below if anybody is interested in getting in on this. All you need to do is get something recorded and get it to either myself or a Vault Girl. I know there's a lot of ways to do it. If you have a YouTube channel, you can just post it to your YouTube channel. If you do not, and you wanted us to post it for you, if you can get us the content, then we can get it posted for you. You can also find us on my Discord page, but certainly Vault Girl or myself here on YouTube would get you what you need. So we're going to put this soup in here, and I know it's not quite as lovely as it could be. Admittedly, I was looking for a cream of celery soup today. It's not that I have anything against mushroom, but it was just what I was hoping to use. Let's get all this out of here real quick. Cream of celery just brings a different kind of flavor profile to it. But yeah, this did come to me as originally as a tuna casserole recipe, but since I don't eat tuna, we adapted it to chicken, and at some point we were having company over for dinner, and I realized how easy it would be to take the recipe that I was already making and convert it up to a gluten-free version. And once again, if you aren't worried about gluten-free, if you're not having that for your guests, then you can use any kind of condensed soup. It doesn't matter if it's gluten-free or not. And likewise, if you have some kind of chicken stock that you want to use, you can do that. Homemade, of course, would certainly be, I would assume, gluten-free. But use whatever meets your needs. It just so happens that it can be gluten-free, so I'm making it just to show that it can be, but it doesn't have to be. So I'm going to step away from this for one little minute, and I will be back when this has come to a boil. It's warm, but it's not up there yet, so I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Alright folks, we are moments away from a boil on this pot. Hopefully you have been stirring frequently during this few minutes that this has taken to bring this to temperature. We don't want our milk products to scald to the bottom, so that is an important little step. Now I'm not going to typically recommend, oh man, I should put this in here too. Just realized I have still my chicken stock out. I'm going to pop this open real quick and slap it down. Get it mixed in while this thing is still liquids. Whilst I had the camera off, I did grab a couple of other ingredients we're going to be using that I forgot to mention earlier. After we get this put together, we are going to be adding some cheese to the top of this during baking, and we're also going to add some crumbled up potato chips. Once again, depending on the chips that you use, in this case Ruffles. Ruffles have ridges, and they are also, in fact, gluten-free. A lot of potato chips are, so that's just a useful bit of information there. And these ones we're going to be using basically to give us a little bit of texture, a little bit of crunch. So they're going to kind of go on top of it and give us just a bit of a different texture. So that is hot enough here. We're going to shut that down. We're going to add in our 1.5 cups of instant rice. We're going to add in our chicken. This was again, this can is officially 12.5 ounces. This is a Kirkland brand chicken. I use it for all kinds of different things. Chicken salads and the like. Anybody else out there who is going for the tuna fish angle of this, by all means, maybe that is your choice of proteins here. And then we just gently bring this together so we don't make too big of a mess with it. Just make sure that all the rice is incorporated in, all the chicken is stirred throughout. And then we are going to do a little bit of a change of scenery here. To keep it simple, we are going to install a pretend countertop. That is a drying rack. That is my cutting board. That is a 2-quart saucepan. And the mixture is going to go carefully into this. Remember, of course, you have boiling liquids here. Do not dump them on yourself. Hopefully by now your oven has reached its preheated temperature of 375 degrees. I have about, I don't know, a cup of cheese here that I'm going to put on top of this. This one is, it's a mix that gives me both yellow and white cheeses. Let's just go ahead and put that all on there. Take it all the way to the edges, cover all the bits. And then I have, as I said, some crushed up potato chips. I apologize, I had a cut in the video there. I don't know where it cut exactly. We have here the potato chips. That's about a cup, maybe less. Crushed up potato chips. They're going to give us some crunch for the top. And this is always useful to do, like at the bottom of a bag, when you're down to basically crumbs anyway. You just crush them up. So we have not at this point added any salt or pepper to this recipe. Depending on the other ingredients that you've added, they may already have enough salt and pepper in it, enough sodium content, but that's going to be probably to taste after we're done. So this just went into my 375 oven, and I will see you guys in 20 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can hear that or not, but this thing is literally boiling, making noise. So it has been 20 minutes. It is out of the oven. I'm going to let this rest for 5, and I will be right back for some plating. See you in a sec. All right, ladies and gents, there you have it. This is a chicken casserole, and I'm going to take and just kind of break a chunk out of this thing. Like I said, actually I don't know if the video caught this or not, but the chips themselves are optional. I do like them for a bit of crunch, but if you do it correctly, you should have a lovely casserole like this. You know, it's going to have, every bite should have hopefully something in the neighborhood of cheese and chip. Rice is going to be hard to avoid, but cheese and rice. And if you like a lot of cheese, then do it up and just slather this thing. But we're going to take a quick taste test here, just to find out. First off, I know it's going to be about 375 degrees. Oh, that's not true. We let it rest. 370 degrees. So I'm going to find out if we need some salt and pepper. Well, let's find out here real quick. Ooh, hot. Okay. For my taste, I'm going to add a little salt and definitely some pepper because I love pepper. But otherwise, damn tasty. And I'm going to eat it just like this. And it's got, you know, all the basics in here. So it's kind of like a one-stop shopping for food. So anyway, this is going to be me signing off. Thanks again for everybody who has participated, who continues to support this, even the people who are only watching the content, taking the time to comment. Even if you guys aren't making any content of your own, that is just fine. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us on this journey. So to everybody out there, happy eating, and we will see you guys in the next video.